Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this installment of Diecast Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the first gear Peterbilt Model 367 tractor with bottom dump trailer. Truth be told, I reviewed this model when I first got started on YouTube about 6 or 7 years ago. Honestly, the video is not really that good. It's not really conclusive. You can't see the function of the trailer very well, so I figured I'd pull this model back out of storage and shoot this review again for you because as time has passed, this has actually become a very lucrative and very wanted model both for the tractor and for the bottom dump trailer. So for those of you in the community that want to see this model up close and for those of you that are chasing it and wanting to add it to your collection, let's do a little bit better job and show you what it actually can do and what it can't do. So the packaging is actually pretty nice. You can see the Peterbilt oval badge right there front and center. Recommended for collectors over the age of 14. The first gear logo, Peterbilt Model 367 with bottom dump trailer, die-cast metal, 1:50 scale. Same thing up on the top. Back of the box, 1/50th scale die-cast metal. Measures 16 inches long, opening hood with detailed engine, opening doors with detailed interior, detachable bottom dump trailer, opening trailer hopper gates. One thing that is noticeable from here is a working steering axle on the Peterbilt truck. For those of you that are interested in what's underneath, you can see that this model was produced 11 years ago, back in 2010. There's the first gear information, the barcode, and back then the information to join the First Gear Collector Club, which exists even today. And here is the item number for the red and white version, 50-3220. All right, let's unbox this. So, let's take it out. Here's the trailer. Gotta be careful what you grab onto here. There's the tractor. There are some accessories included, 2 to be exact. So, let's go ahead, take a minute. We'll get all this packaging material off the table. When we come back, we'll begin the review. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with me. So basically, you have 2 accessories that are included with the truck. And honestly, it's a nice touch because you don't need it for this particular setup, but you have a wide load sign that you can put on the front of the truck or the tractor if you're using this for a lowboy tractor, and it just goes over the top of the front of the bumper like so. Like that. And you can use this to haul around a lowboy. The other accessory, and it is optional as well, is this protection bumper guard, and that fits over these 2 holes. The fit is so loose, though, that it doesn't really stay on, so if you wanted to use this, my suggestion, and I'm going to demonstrate how loose it is right there, my suggestion would be to put some plastic putty or even to super glue it in if you wanted to use that. Those are the 2 accessories that are included. Let's start our review with the tractor. So this is, as I said, the Peterbilt 367. It is a little bit dated now, but it is a very nice tractor, to be honest with you. I mentioned before that there is no steering on the front axle, which is a very big disappointment. Looking underneath, there is some chassis detail and component. All underneath, as you can see, the different steps to the tanks, to the different tread patterns on the different tires. The drop axle, as you can see here, is in the slightly raised position, but depending on what surface you're using and if you put some downward pressure on it, it is grounded as well, so it will roll. But technically, the way that they have put this on, you can see it here, it is in the raised position. If we take a look at the back, you can see that there's some lights here that are painted on, plastic mud flaps. You have a headache rack here, your coiled air lines, which do not hook up to the back of the trailer. That is simply there for aesthetic looks. You have diamond plating texturing here, chrome on the fender covers, but no wheel covers on this last axle. Coming around to this side, the doors open on both sides of the cab, and they open to a pretty good angle. And that'll give you a good look at the interior of the truck. If you have a little minifigure, you can put him inside without a problem. And the fit and finish of the door is pretty decent, so there's no unsightly overhangs on either side. Moving to the front, we've already seen that briefly with the chrome bumper, the chrome grille, Peterbilt badge. The engine does open. It will stay, but just barely, because it clashes with the front bumper guard. And inside, you can see somewhat of a detailed motor and other components. Alright, let's turn our attention now, before we join the two together, to the bottom dump trailer. This is not a licensed trailer, which means it is not a specifically listed bottom dump trailer. But as you can see, it is a very realistic casting, and it's very obvious that they went out and took some reference photos and built this based on a real-life specific bottom dump trailer. It is a 3-axle one with DOT striping all throughout. The front part has a little access stair, which is plastic, should you need to access the bottom dump portion. To use the bottom dump mechanism, it's pretty simple. You can just open the sides like that, and they will stay open. The tires are rubber back here, and they do roll independently of each other. The mud flaps have some movement, but they are plastic, so they're not very flexible at all. In addition, I've found that the landing legs don't appear to lower or raise. They are just in one standard position. So if you wanted to pose the trailer just sitting by itself and not hooked up, you can see that the rear axle in particular is way off the ground. Towards the rear, once again, you have painted lights and DOT striping. Pretty much the same over here. And as you may have seen before, the middle axle seems to be a little bit longer, so it kind of overhangs on one side, whereas the other two are fixed in position. This one is somewhat loose. All right, let's join the two together. It's not as much of a push fit as it is just dropping the kingpin into the fifth wheel, and you're ready to display your truck. They will stay connected as such. And for the last part of the video, we'll bring in a Diecast Masters Caterpillar 980K wheel loader in a material handling configuration to demonstrate what a good-looking pose would be if the wheel loader is loading this truck. We'll go the long way. As you can see, it raises plenty high enough to get over the side. So any suitable wheel loader of this size with this high of a reach can get over the side of the bottom dump trailer. So there you go, collectors. That will conclude this review of First Gear's Peterbilt Model 367 tractor with a bottom dump trailer and 1/50th scale. As I mentioned during the introduction of the video, as time has passed, this has become one of the most requested and sought-after models, particularly, I think, for the trailer, as there's not many bottom dump trailers in 1/50 scale. As I said before, the trailer itself, for the most part, is die-cast, which is a really nice build. The other components, such as the top part here, the plastic, and the ladder are plastic, but for the most part, it's a solid casting and looks good in the display case, or looks good with your other 1/50 scale models. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. If you happen to have any other questions or suggestions, you can always leave them down in the comments section below. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll see you in the next review.